Did you know that Livonia has been a Tree City USA for over 25 years? That's right, since 1998. And it's not just a title, it really impacts how the city looks, feels, and even your property values. But here's the real question. What does being a Tree City USA actually mean, and how does that impact you as a Livonia homeowner? And also, how does this tie into the growing movement that would like to see native lawns allowed in our city? Hey guys, it's Dave here with MacFarland & Company Home Sales, your go-to for everything in Livonia real estate and community. If you want to stay in the know on what's happening locally and how it impacts your home, make sure to subscribe. All right, so what is a Tree City USA? Livonia being one means that we are nationally recognized for how we care for our trees and our green spaces. To earn that designation, every year the city has to meet 4 key standards. First is to appoint a tree board or department. In Livonia, that's our Tree City Committee, which is made up of city officials, public school officials, public service teams, and residents who care deeply about our tree canopy. Number 2, a community tree ordinance. Basically, we put rules in place that protect, maintain, and properly plant trees throughout the city. 3, a forestry program with funding. Livonia invests in things like tree removal, planting new trees, trimming, and even maintaining a digital inventory of the trees across the city. And 4th, last but certainly not least, every year the city has an Arbor Day celebration where they partner with one of our local schools for a tree planting event, getting kids involved to keep the next generation connected to the community and our beautiful tree canopy. Now, why should this matter to homeowners? This isn't just feel-good stuff. It actually impacts you in a big way. Mature trees can increase property values. They can provide shade, lowering cooling costs. They can help with drainage and stormwater control. And honestly, they just make a neighborhood look great. It's a big part of why Livonia neighborhoods feel established and desirable. Now let's talk about something that's trending right now in Livonia, and that's the native lawn movement. So rather than planting traditional lawns, homeowners want to start planting native plants like pollinators and low maintenance landscaping that grows more naturally than your typical grass. The idea is to work with nature rather than fighting it. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of native lawns. So what's the benefit? Well, first off, it's better for pollinators, like your bees, butterflies, and some wildlife. They require less water, they're lower maintenance once they're established, and are more environmentally friendly. A lot of these plants will thrive better in Michigan's climate versus the lawn you're gonna plant from Home Depot or Lowe's. Now, what are some of the cons? Well, some folks, present company included, can feel they look a little messy or unkempt. Let's be honest, it can be a little bit jarring when you're driving through a neighborhood and there's one native lawn versus a bunch of lush grass. Not saying that's a reason to not have them, but it's a fact. They are certainly going to attract more insects and more animals that eat insects. You're probably also going to get a few more deer that will want to come chomp on your dandelions and your hostas. And you still have to be sure to follow ordinances specifically for height and right-of-way areas. So here's the reality, folks. You don't have to go all in on one or the other. A lot of Livonia homeowners are actually kind of finding a middle ground. We'll call it the mullet of lawn and landscape. Traditional lush lawns up front with the party pollinator garden in the back. This way you can have a little bit of best of both worlds without sacrificing curb appeal. Because if there's one thing that's for sure, we know Livonia really cares about being a Tree City USA and maintaining our green space, not only communal, but also the ones that are in our yards. So moving forward, I encourage and challenge everybody. Keep your trees healthy, keep your lawn and landscape healthy, whether that's a pollinator garden or lush green grass, because we know that the greener and the leaner our city is, the better it is for everybody. And this portal, it's really cool. So click the link in the description if you want to know what tree's in front of your house. And hey, if you like this content, make sure to follow along for more just like it. Have a great day, folks.